And here's a team, guys, that likes to do it primarily on the ground. They really haven't been able to run the ball at all tonight. You could say for a while they didn't even try.
Well, you know, but they just need one score. If they get one score and they maintain their poise, then they're only a couple plays away from getting back in the ball game. They need a score, but they've got to keep their poise. They've lost it totally here in the second half.
Play action pass by Randall down the sideline, incomplete, looking for Justin Hamilton. It'll be second down and 10.
John, and I do think it's time to throw the football. Like you said, the run hasn't been working. They got to come up and throw the football.
He's thrown 18 times now. 12 out of 18 passing is Randall for 130 and 2 interceptions. It's Rodriguez trying to fire up the crowd again. Randall take the pass in the flat, going deep for Wilford. It's intercepted. Brian King has it back for West Virginia. His second interception of the night. The third thrown by Randall.
Almost identical to his first interception.
But King's just smart. He sees the quarterback, sees the play, and the play action.
The question I would have now, guys, is Randall, as Frank Beamer said, has had a great year prior to tonight. But do you think about coming off the bench with Marcus Vick the next time they get the ball back?
Well, on the road in a hostile environment, when you bring a young man in here like this, you know, that's going to be asking quite a bit from him, especially when you're not getting any help up front.
Yeah. Yeah, you would be asking him to save your season, your hopes at a BCS championship game, and I don't think that's quite fair. You'd like to see Randall work his way through some of this stuff too.
Fourth turnover. Randall's been involved in all four of them. Ripping through, Quincy Wilson. All the way out to the 41-yard line. D'Angelo Hall saved another 90-yard plus touchdown. They scored on a 93-yard touchdown pass not long ago to the Mountaineers. That's a 33-yard run by Wilson.
And just running past people. That offensive line, hat on hat, Rod, they're just controlling the game.
You heard Trev Albert say at halftime he wanted to see some guys get off blocks. We haven't seen it.
We heard Trev Albert say a lot at halftime. Mark May's going to smack him one day. I mean, it's just going to be smoke cities.
139 yards rushing now for Wilson. His understudy, K.J. Harris, out to the 43, perhaps the 44. D'Angelo Hall chopped him down.
It's the double whammy effect, though. K.J. Harris and Quincy Wilson. See, while he's getting water over here and charging the tank up, you got a guy out there keeping the pressure on the defense.
Well, after the run he made against Miami on that screen pass, I think we all knew he was a special player, that he was a hard-running running back. At least folks in Miami knew it. They saw it live.
Harris has rushed for 67. They're over 200 yards combined. Harris slipped down as he made his cut on the final play of the third quarter. The Mountaineers sprinting to the other end of the field, getting ready for the fourth. The images of a memorable night for West Virginia and a frustrating night for Virginia Tech, but still 15 minutes left here in Morgantown.
You know, Sean, we're about 3 minutes and 30 seconds away from what I think will be another example of a goalpost game. Goalpost coming down.
They better folks, if you're here in Morgantown, don't burn the couches. Don't set the fire.
It's tradition.
Win with class. Don't diminish a great performance by your players and your coaching staff.
They're going to try and protect those goalposts, but I don't see that happening.
To the 35-yard line goes Quincy Wilson, and the clock runs under 3 minutes remaining. Now, guys, the question I would have as we take a look at the BCS standings, Brought to us by Allstate. Would Virginia Tech be officially dead, do you think, tonight? I mean, they were third. They do have games at Miami, Pittsburgh.
I think they're dead because they're not going to have enough standings in the rankings to get them back up there. Virginia Tech losing tonight, they can kiss it goodbye.
Well, they get killed by that, but their strength of schedule is also so poor, they're going to fall behind all these one-loss teams in the BCS. In my opinion, I don't think they have a shot at getting back in it.
Marshall lost the snap. Well, there are an awful lot of one-loss teams that are doing a little dance tonight. But there's a lot of football to be played. All those teams are just worried, guys, about winning out.
It is. And there's hope now. And that's really what the coaches will say. You've got a chance, fellas. Everybody has one loss. Just keep your game going. But how about West Virginia? Last year they got beat pretty good by Miami, but they won 4 in a row. They almost beat them this year, and look what they're doing.
They won 6 of their last 7 to the Mountaineers last year to go to their Continental Tire Bowl, where they lost to Al Grove's Virginia Cavaliers, and they're hoping to go on a similar run this year. Their schedule was looking a little daunting. They have Central Florida, but then BC, Pitt, Syracuse, still to play. Wilson for another first down on 4th down and 6. He got 14. And the party begins in earnest now on that sideline as they douse Coach Rodriguez with that Gatorade bucket. Think back to the shots of him, guys, on October 2nd in Miami. He said, I felt like I got kicked in the stomach at the end of that game. His team seconds from a huge upset, lost on a last-second field goal. There'll be no such feeling for him tonight.
But how about the feeling for this guy that years ago was coaching at a small school where they were just excited to get first downs? You know, they were talking about, let's just score some points. And now he's out here beating the number 3 team in the country.
He's got his team in the victory formation.
Well, we wondered if Virginia Tech would get the ball back. They will not. Marshall takes a knee. Biggest win of Rich Rodriguez's coaching career in this his 3rd season as head man of his alma mater, the Mountaineers.
Oh, they're going to be some couches on fire tonight.
Don't say that. Let's hope they're not.
Let's hope they're not.
Hey, that's a tradition around here. It's what they do.
Well, just because something is a tradition doesn't make it a good idea. And the fire department has gone to great lengths to prevent that from happening tonight. We can only hope their efforts are successful. They will not have to snap it again. Frank Beamer and the Hokies knocked from the ranks of the undefeated. And the students storm the field here in Morgantown. Biggest win ever for the Mountaineers in terms of the ranking of the opponent, as West Virginia defeats the 3rd-ranked Virginia Tech Hokies. And there was nothing fluky about this, guys. They earned this.
It was a good old-fashioned one. It was a physical ball game. They ran the ball down the throats of the Virginia Tech defensive men all night long.
The win gets West Virginia to 3-4. Certainly does a lot to strengthen their hopes for a bowl game. And Virginia Tech drops to 6-1. West Virginia had 426 yards of offense, 264 on the ground. Led by Wilson, who had 178 yards rushing, and Harris had 70.